Welcome back, all you lovely ladies and gents. I'm the Otaku Critic, and today I bring you my review of the brand new manga. Now, I know I'm a couple days late to this manga that has been 3 days out now, because I didn't know about it. Earthchild. While searching for some new manga that were releasing so I could follow them since the beginning, I found this one, and holy fucking shit. I finished reading it, and I was like, I've got to record this. I've just got to get it in, because oh my dear God, if you haven't read it, go fucking read it. I don't care. Go read it before you watch this video, okay? Because it is insane. It is legitimately insane. I tell you, looking into the camera, go read this before you watch this video. Because holy shit, we start off brilliantly with some beautifully drawn, panels with some colour. So we're getting some colour panels to begin with, and it's great. We see this girl show up out of nowhere. This guy's about to get sent to the Isekai world by Truck-kun again. Another one about to get sent to the Isekai world. He's probably like, oh yes, finally. And then gets saved. He's like, fuck. That my reaction. Fuck. Oh, beautiful girl saved me. But fuck. About to go to the Isekai world. Fuck. And then, he gets saved. And then she's like, he's like fucking going about. He's like, oh my God, she's fucking hot. By the way, she is. I will show you how she's just... Oh, she's gorgeous, I will say. Absolutely beautiful. Like, just the eyes. Fucking... Just you take your head and you're like, oh, shit. And the rest of it, like, yes. But... And then she pulls out, fuck, you guys, okay. If you've watched Men in Black, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll show a visual of this in this. But the Men in Black, the tiny little fucking pen thing that would make you forget everything. She pulls out basically the same thing, but it's a phone. She's like, boom, look over here for a sec. And it erases his memory. He wakes up in the morning, and you're like, "Oh, surely he's not gonna, he's not gonna remember this." But it's like, well, it seems like he's the main character, he's the main lead. So he's obviously he's gonna remember this, and he does. And you're like, what the fuck? It's like the aliens or people seeing aliens in Men in Black and like, oh fuck, I remember seeing an alien yesterday. He's just like, I don't remember anything. I just remember how hot she was, how pretty, and I'm like, well, damn, she must be that good looking to remember that shit. And he's just walking like any other day, and bumps into her. And it all starts from there. The love, the bringing, the pace of this chapter. Now, it is quite fast-paced by getting through some many different things in the opening chapter, but holy fuck, does it make you still feel things? You're like, oh shit, and I'll tell you why it makes you feel some things, and you get a bit sad, and I cried at the end of this. Legitimately, I was like brushing away the tears right away before I started recording this. I'm still like tearing up from just thinking about it. I'm like, fuck me, man. Makes me so sad. Now, this is the start of the manga. And he just sees it, and he's like, oh shit, and he grabs her out of nowhere. He's like, hold up, I fucking remember you. He's like, thanks for saving me. But they had the miscommunication, they're like, oh, call the cops first, because sexual harassment. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm like, true, call the cops for him grabbing her suddenly. But yeah, and then they meet up, and then she's like, fucking zaps his memory away again, after they had a good meeting, and then she calls him again, riding on the back of the criminal that she picks up. She's like, this time, same place, and he sees it, and he goes back and arrives to her, and she's like so happy because she, in all honesty, they meet, like, she has never had this. Like, he's praising her. He's like, oh my God, you're still human, but I'm like, fuck, it's amazing, you're a hero to me, because she saved him. And you're like, oh shit, like, relationships building, and it's so good. Because then they start building, and their relationship goes back and forth. She's telling him the stories, and they're chatting, and she doesn't wipe his memory anymore. And then it comes down to a beautiful scene out of nowhere where she's thinking, I want to tell him that I love him. And it's like next thing, he's like, you know what? He's like, I just want to tell you this. It basically goes on, I don't care who you are, I don't care anything. It's just, you are what you are to me, and I love you. Because she was thinking about saying it. She's like, I can't bring myself to it. She's like, nah. He's like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to say it. And then we get their life. And it's like, it's so nice because he's doing his normal life where she's living hers. And he's like, fuck, and has the one wish of only keeping her alive. It's going back and forth. And it's so good because they've been parents for 5 years. So it's like 5 year span in this one chapter. And it's like the relationship building, you see it, how much he cares for her, how much she loves her. For some reason, I got a little scared because in one panel, his eyes go from being white to being black, and I'm like, is he evil? Is he like manifesting a power? I am so confused. Because he goes from, like, being sad, like, to being fucking, like, just seeing his dream realizing, like, what the fuck? I will show you the contrast, because holy shit, it's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dear God, no. And then he jumps out the fucking window to propose to her. And he's like, I believe that you will catch me. And he yells, fucking runs out and goes, will you marry me? And I'm like, it's such a cute scene because they're over like this lovely scenery because she's telekinetic, by the way. That's her power. She's an Earthchild. She's telekinetic. And that's the whole premise of it. She's like someone that does all these things to help save the Earth under the government and is working under them and basically is kind of like a tool and is really not, you know, her life isn't really worth shit compared to the rest of the world. And it's great. Until we get Doomsday. Doomsday comes, they've got a child, he doesn't want her to go, but she's like, no, I've got to do it. And we get one of the most tragic scenes when she goes off to space, because he's like, you'll come back to me, I know you will, like, and she sacrifices her life. She's like, so sad, because like, she wished to hear him speak, see him walk, decorate his room on his birthday, brought him a backpack, taking him to school. But she's like, I'm sorry. She apologizes to Rensuke, who's the guy's name, by the way. I fucking forgot to mention his name. Don't really remember her name much, to be honest. It's only mentioned once, so I can't remember it, unfortunately. Just the manga's too good, but Rensuke is like, she's like, I'm sorry, but please don't ever think that even together our wish wasn't enough. Because she sacrificed her life to save them two. And it's so sad. Because she's like, take care, and she like fucking sacrifices her life to destroy the asteroid that was going to destroy the world, and he's like, did I make the right choice? Because he's like, I don't care. There we go. Fucking her name is Kiriri, and he's like, he would have fucking given up the world. It reminds me of a different manga, The World or Her, but it just fucking makes the choice of in the first panel that you choose your fucking love over the random ass person, and I'm like, fuck, bro, because you're like, she's dead. And it's so sad. Because he's like, fuck. Because he loves her. He would have fucking rather give the world. And it's like, fuck, this is so sad. And it's just like, oh, I can't stop crying. I'm sorry. Fuck me. This makes me tear. The ending the ending of this chapter is just so good. I don't think it's alright because it's quite fast paced for a first chapter. But God, it makes me cry. Because now he's only father, where his wife is now dead. You know what? I hope they do like a blatant switch. Like, I'm gonna say, I think it's Nana, the TV show where the girl like pushes the fucking B-Tech Deku, Deku, like the remake of Deku, off the cliff, and then he comes back later in the manga. So I'm hoping that is what does like a blatant switch where like Carrier comes back, because I don't want it to be dead. But we get a twist at the end. The child is also a fucking Earthchild, and that's the name and the reason of the manga is it's following the child of an Earthchild and a normal guy, where the chances were slim that their child would also be a fucking Earthchild. And we get probably one of the best lines I think to end is, I hold the fate of our world. He's like, fuck. Because he's like, I want to live a fucking ordinary life. I want to live with my wife. I want to live with my child. And now my child is also an Earthchild. Because I think it parallels him finding out is she's dead. Him finding out the child is an Earthchild as well with telekinesis powers. It's correlate. I think her powers passed on to the child. And I think it's really nice, kind of like nodding. But it's so sad. Because she's dead. Like, bro, I'm sorry. If I was telekinesis powers and I was her, I would not give a shit about the world. I'd be like, yeah, give me 5 missiles. I'm going to launch them at this shit. Push it that way. I'm not sacrificing my life. I've got a wife and child at home. Fuck you. I don't give a shit about the world. But she's like, nah. I'm saving you too. I'm saving the world. And I'm just like, I gotta give it to her. Because fuck me. She like makes it so the asteroid goes off the target. But she's now dead. Holy shit. It was heartbreaking first chapter. Heartbreaking fucking first chapter. Bro, if you haven't watched it, read it. Go read it. Follow it, because I feel like this could be a really, really good manga. It's another shonen, I think, in Shonen Weekly. Hopefully this is weekly. I'm going to follow it weekly or whenever it comes out. Just keep up with it, bro. And if you're not going to keep up with it, keep watching these videos, because holy shit, I will give you like a rundown of the chapter, talk about it, because fuck me, this chapter, just for the start of a new manga, has grabbed me. Has grapulated my heart. Has made me fucking cry. And I'm like, I cry a lot, okay? I will say this, I cry a lot, but fuck me, to like manga? Nah, not really. Not to a first fucking chapter. To the first chapter, I've cried to the manga. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? One chapter and I've just cried. I just cried. Holy shit. Earthchild. Fucking done a beauty. Rip me a new one. Fucking so good. I'm hoping this will become hype. I'm hoping this will grow and become better. But yeah, fucking, that's been like my review and rundown of Earthchild, the brand new manga that started on the 21st. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope to catch you next time. I've been the Otaku Critic, and peace out, all you lovely degenerates.